Okay, that's perfect.
Perfect.
At least so far.
Okay, Brendan.
All right.
What was like going to Philadelphia? All that hair kept you warm, right?
Kinda. I mean, it was like super windy. It was probably like 10 or 12 degrees with the wind chill out there. We were all freezing. I had on gloves, so I was lucky, but there were a lot of people there with like numb fingers. My feet were numb. It was ridiculous, but we were all out there fighting for the cause, so it was cool. It was real good.
Man, that's a real good experience. We watched some footage of the rally. Is it strange to smoke marijuana near the Liberty Bell, after all, it being the Liberty Bell and marijuana being prohibited?
I mean, it was cool. We all have those rights when we're born, and I mean, I think it should be a liberty to be able to smoke a plant, and on federal grounds there, we couldn't get arrested, so it was cool. There was only one cop in sight, and he was like down the street writing parking tickets. No one bothered us at all. There were some like park rangers, and they were watching and like laughing, and they thought it was cool what we were doing. They didn't bother us either. But yeah, it was cool. The Liberty Bell was right behind us, and Ben Franklin's grave was right down the street, and George Washington's house, his foundation, was right behind us.
Holy
so
shit, you probably were on land that was grown with wheat if it was Washington, right? Because
exactly.
Washington
It was like hallowed grounds.
The fucking Washington grew a lot of weed, and at the end of the day, Martha had a bowl for him, right? You learned that, right? Is that true? Jack's also American.
That's true. That's history.
A lot of shit.
Washington smoked the cream, eh?
Wow.
Okay, so you froze your ass off in the middle of February.
We froze our ass off.
Do you feel
we had a bigger turnout than last time. Back in December, they did the same thing. I didn't go to it, but there were about 150 people that came out. This time, there were closer to like 250, 300, and it was great. Like, there were tons of people smoking. 420 came around, and like people were smoking till like 4:30, and then all of a sudden, like people started rolling up more joints and stuff. It was crazy. So people were hanging out there till like 4:45, 4:50, and then they were like, "All right, guys, time to leave." And everyone was just kind of like chilling there, stoned. It was funny, but it was cool. Like
stoned because it's freezing you're freezing your ass on, and all of a sudden smoking a joint, you're like, "Yeah, okay, I'm good."
Yeah, at first everyone was like, "Ooh, it's so cold," and then 420, everyone was cool. It was just like, "Yeah, we're good."
And they played reggae music, and it was really, really awesome.
Nice. Are they doing another smoke out for 420?
They were talking about the next one being St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if that's going to be a real thing or not yet. You got to check on the Panic Hour and Philly Normal. They'll be the ones. Probably Panic Hour is going to be like the most updated. They're the ones that made that video you played earlier.
You got to plant the seeds to get things started. I mean, like, you had, 300, 400 people there, and then, like, you go to Seattle and they got almost 100,000.
Yeah.
I know. There was only one guy in the crowd that was a non-smoker. Only one guy. It was crazy.
No, that was the cop.
No, it was actually this one kid. He just came with his friends, and we were all like, why aren't there more non-smokers here? Like, those are the people we need fighting for this.
Yeah, the non-smokers, they don't come out to the rallies because, the rallies are our time. I think the smoke-out rally is, man, I fucking busted my ass doing the 8 a.m. meetings with politicians, and I've been pushing in the media. 420 is about smoking pot. And that's what protesting for me is about.
And I think the date is important, too, on like a global scale. Or at least from stoner to stoner, because 420 means something.
Yeah, 420 definitely means something. So, not that going
I'm excited. I want to come up there to Toronto in May for the Treating Yourself Expo. I heard some good things. I looked into it online. So maybe I'll be able to come up there and check out that lounge. Looks like you guys have some fun there.
Dude, we got a pack lounge from Baber Central. It started small, just like any rally does, and Yeah, it's a wicked place to smoke pot. You can bring your own. It's a BYOB, which is bring your own bud, and you can come here and max and relax. And
So yeah, there's a lot of people in the chat asking, and I'm sure there's a few people in the room wondering as well. You know, what's your name again? Introduce yourself. We didn't really start off very
oh,
good.
sorry.
So yeah, there's like 100 people in Vapor Central. There's like 55 people on Pot TV, and yeah, let them know who you are and how to reach you. Give them your Twitter and website.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me properly introduce myself. My name is Brandon. My Twitter handle is Incredible Fulk, and you can find me on there. I want everyone to come follow me, say hi. I like making new friends. I live in Pennsylvania in a little town near Hershey where all the chocolate's made, Hershey chocolate.
Nice.
That's pretty famous. We eat a lot of that around here. Yeah, I don't know. Does anybody have any questions about?
Oh, the Philly rally
the
seemed
rap?
good. The Treating Yourself Expo in May you'd like to come out to, and you volunteered to be my gopher, which I said that would be a good thing for us at Pot TV. You can go get me food, and I can leave and go get dabs on myself, and you can be like, hey, where's Myrna? You can also help me get through crowds. Some days, TY Expo is the only time I'm like the comic book artist, or like the sci-fi guy who's like in a B movie, but everybody likes that B movie, and he goes to sci-fi convention and he's a superstar. Like sometimes TY Expo can get that way for me, unfortunately. It's fun, but man, I want to meet so many people there that moving from one end to the other end is not good. Yeah, it's a bit, well, you know, if people keep handing me joints, I'm never going to get anywhere. So this is where this guy comes in. His job will be like, man, you got to really get there. I'm like, okay.
Well, I'll take the joints from you and smoke them so you don't smoke as much then. And then we'll get through the crowd faster.
That's an
He'll
idea.
be his joint shield.
You could be the joint shield. And also
shield.
munchies and computer setup guy. And
Well,
we could get the volunteer out of you.
Is May warm enough for the hammock? You could offer him the hammock if he needs.
No,
a
you
place
can
to
sleep in
stay.
the hammock outside. Oh, if it's warm
enough.
End of May? Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, if you need it, we have a hammock for you.
Now we can put you out in the hammock.
A hammock?
Yeah, man.
What's the temperature?
In May? Well, I don't know Fahrenheit. Maybe Curtis or Jack here can explain Fahrenheit.
I don't know.
45?
45 maybe.
I
We'll
don't
make a
know.
blanket.
Is that good temperature?
Maybe some blankets and a coat.
I have no idea what 45 is.
Oh,
in
no, it's
Celsius.
late May. It's late May.
No, in May it's warm.
Is it like 20
Summer
degrees?
weather.
It'd be like 65.
Spring, fall.
Is May 20 degrees?
He's thinking nighttime.
in Celsius?
At night it's kind
Yeah,
of maybe.
nighttime. Ooh.
Oh, at nighttime it would probably go down to like 14.
Nah, we'll figure
is,
something
what
out.
is 14 in Fahrenheit?
No, I don't know what 14
Sorry, I'm
Fahrenheit
young.
is.
May 2 4.
I
Yeah,
know
when
it's
everyone
May.
goes camping. Yeah, it's
Everybody
perfect.
goes camping
You'll be
on-
fine in the hammock.
It has been determined at the lounge with the potheads who don't smoke swag that you will be fine if you come here in May.
And there'll
For
be,
TY
we can put a barbecue there, so there'll be fire.
We'll have a barbecue by then.
Yeah.
So Philadelphia, that's awesome. We met on. I use the Twitter a lot. I got 10,000 Twitter. He's one of the people who understands. Hey, if you tweet me, chances are I'll tweet you back. And then he went to the rally on the weekend. I think it's really cool that 150 people, 200, whatever they showed up. It's a wicked start. It's a pretty heavy bong rip.
What are you guys smoking out in there in Philadelphia, and what are the prices? I'm curious. We always like to know that.
Well, right now we're smoking on some AFU. Prices are about like $3.50 an ounce or so. I don't know how well you can see.
$3.50 and
Yeah, it's pretty
What?
high out here, man. It's tough.
That
like-
sucks.
Like about like $100 for a quarter, so 60 and 8,
Whoa.
and then
Good one.
20
Why am I
years
not
old.
working the American?
Whoa.
Oh, everybody in the room just like,
Oh,
oh.
everyone that
go
pays
ahead,
with
bring it over the
American
border.
money.
Do it.
No, here's a simpler solution for you. You just save like 2 weeks of not buying weed, come to Canada, and just like get really high. So when you go back, you're still stoned a month later.
That's what I want to do in May. I'm just bringing my whole tax return and just spending it all.
You see?
Well, get on a bus. Have you ever done dabs before?
No, I am like so excited to dab.
We have people for you to meet.
Hey, buddy, my name's Jay Danger. When you get to Toronto one day, I'm going to dab the shit out of you.
Yes, please do.
That's how you make friends.
Yep.
I am ready to dab away.
Well, sounds great. It's great having you. I'm very happy you went to the...
He has a couple friends.
He's got a couple friends there.
Yeah,
They're having their own
A
session
couple
too.
people here hanging out.
Were they there with you today?
Look at all these people there. It's like a vapor lounge in his house.
Only her and I went to the protest, and some of our other friends. Our one friend is actually pretty involved with Philly Normal, and he's the one that like got us really going. Let me see here. We had all these cards that we were handing out to people. It said like "Smoke Down Prohibition" and had a bunch of information on it. And my one friend is real in with Philly Normal, and they had a stack of like 1,000 of these. And we went down to Philly the weekend before to go see Mod's son, and we just handed them out to everyone, and it was pretty cool. A bunch of people came out from the concert and stuff. It was a good time.
That sounds excellent.
Sounds like man, it's hard to protest in the cold.
Yes, it is.
I'm getting old.
Even if it is to smoke marijuana, it is hard.
Like today, when we were at the courthouse, just taking photos for the St. Catharines Standard. We went online. I'm like, I'm really cold out here. I want to go to Tim Hortons now. So.
Timmy Hose.
Yeah. So, is this your session space?
What's that?
Is this your session space?
No, this is my friend's apartment.
Nice.
This is one of the main session spaces.
Nice.
My room at my house is my other main one.
Excellent. Well,
Check out this little guy here.
it's a nice little unit. What do you see the big
All
bong?
right, Bernard, you know what time it is. The time is now 4:20 in Alaska, the loneliest state in the Union, unless you smoke weed. Our first hour is up, and we're heading into hour 2 of Toking Strong. This hour is brought to you by High U Clothing and Out of the Past, the companies that dress up our host. We also want to say a special thank you to Brandon Fulk, who came on the show to tell us about his protest down in Pennsylvania. You can find him on Twitter at the Incredible Fulk. Up next is a 420 swap. Is your marijuana an open relationship? Come on up and swap your buds. All right, Champ, it's back to you.
This will be your dab unit. We will smoke you on it. Thanks for calling in, Incredible Fulk.
That's fine.